Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we have a story titled Update. Almost a year later, I had my first child. She's in the mental hospital. Now, the problem is here. I don't have the first. I can't find the first ones. We'll see. If we can't get a good idea of the story with this update, because it seems like they give us a bit of a backstory. If there's no backstory, nothing, I just won't upload this and you will never see it. But if you're seeing this, it means that it's a good one. Even though it's just an update and we don't have previous things. Before we get into the video, just want to remind you of the Patreon channel. The link is in the description if you want to check it out. Check it out. There is more explicit stories being read over there by me. And yeah, with that being said, we'll just get straight into the story. Don't think my posts were memorable, but I figured I'd post again to hopefully give someone a bit of hope. August 2020, my male 38 wife, female 35, for almost 15 years left me. She had been chatting with other men, women, and other acts which I discovered by going into chat rooms she enjoyed. She lied about wanting kids for years, then tried to turn it around on me, saying I was using her for kids. Okay. She kicked me out, forced me to give away my pet, who was the closest thing to a child, and tried to destroy my life. Went as far as a C&D letter from a lawyer who never even bothered to spell check it for what basically said I'm not allowed to defend myself in private conversations with her. What? I never heard from her after September 1st, 2020. She was mentally, emotionally, and sometimes physically abusive. Oh my god. But it hurt. I was lost and felt like my life was just waiting to end. Even contemplated speeding it up. Oh, that's sad. Okay, so we basically just got the whole story. I wish we had the other stories, but it's hard to find once the actual account that posted them is deleted, so I can't find the other stories. But that's crazy. Just a paragraph, and just a couple of things that she did. Most of it's horrible. I said most of it. It is all horrible. Like, I can't... Like, it was a lot for one paragraph, if that makes sense. Okay, late October, I posted about seeing a girl I knew. It was a 50-50 split of people saying I was too early to start dating, but I went for it. I'm happy I did. It's been a roller coaster, but we are still together, and a few weeks after my divorce was finalized, I welcomed my first child into the world. Oh, my life is changed in a way I never thought was possible a year ago, and it's refreshing. My ex-wife? Earlier this year, she called me on a private number. She informed me that she was in the mental hospital, that she tried unaliving herself. I don't know if I can say the word because, like, I know you can't on TikTok and stuff like that, so I'm just going to say she tried unaliving herself, and that she was diagnosed with bipolar and BPD. What a mix. I warned her and her family she had it during the breakup, but they ridiculed me. She started telling me her pity story and then proceeded to tell me about the guys and girls she slept with. That is on par. I believe it was to fess up and have a fresh start, but she asked about getting back together. I told her right away I was with someone and we're expecting. It hurt her, but she even tried suggesting she could be a good co-parent with me. I shot that down as well. Come on now. Ever since, we've kept minimal contact for divorce proceedings and items we wanted to return to each other. I have zero desire to ever get back with her, even if I was single. My life is better without her, and now she sees that too. It kills her on the inside, and as petty as it sounds, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad. I don't even know the full story, and I'm glad. She had no remorse for the family she destroyed. I have none for her regrets. Good way. So there, I know the feeling of post-D-Day. I know the emptiness, but it can get better. I never believed it was possible, but every morning I wake up to a beautiful child smiling at me and her amazing mother. Don't give up. I'm glad I didn't. That's a nice little... Today is a bit of a short one. I'm going to read some comments because why not? But all I'm saying is... This is a nice little story, even if we didn't get the background. Hopefully it wasn't too boring and short, the story. Like I said, I'm going to read some comments now to make it a longer story, and I think he had replied to some people in the comments. So yeah, let's just go into the comments. Okay, so someone commented saying, followed your story from the first posting. Good for you. Your ex is not functional and has a warehouse full of baggage to deal with. Now she knows what her actions have gotten her. She is now alone and can have visions of you and your new family. Effing around and making your husband feel like sugar honey iced tea, then having your family slag him does not exactly buy you a great future. Now they can all remind her that she threw you away, and now you have a happy family while she has nobody and nothing. The OP replied saying, thanks, I'm glad you remembered my post. I won't lie, before she called from the hospital, I always wished I would be a fly in the wall where she heard I was with someone and expecting a kid. You can't help it, I get it. Getting to tell her that while she was in a mental hospital felt good. I never wished harm on her, but I think I deserved to tell her she didn't destroy my life. Just the one we had together. That was nicely written out. Funny thing is, her mother called me right after the mental hospital call. She told me how she is doing so much better and that my call helped. Then suggested I knocked up some random girl, and the timing doesn't make sense. Trying to suggest I cheated and somehow my girlfriend was pregnant longer than 9 months. When my child was born, she called again to congratulate me. This woman encouraged my ex's bad behaviour and doesn't care about my life. She just wants to feel like she's a good person by supporting me. I just let her calls go to voicemail. Yeah, I was going to say, don't ever pick up. Especially you're having a tether to your old life. That obviously will. It sounds like you didn't want to be here for a minute. I would honestly block the number. What good do you have having her in your contacts and having her have your number, you know? Unless it's going to keep peace, then yeah. Somebody replied to OP's comment on there saying, sounds like your ex was a narcissist with BPD raised by another narcissist. So good you escaped all that. The OP then replied saying 100% that whole family believes that they are royalty in their little town. My ex would constantly use her father's job to bully people. When I got a fancy job, she almost got me fired by threatening a local business, telling them who I was and who I work for. What? There's a couple more like comments where people will say something and OP replies. So I'm going to just read those. So someone commented saying, time to get a new number. And OP replied saying, waiting on the final divorce paper and that will be happening. I can't imagine her trying to be a part of my child's life. And if I don't block her now, the day may come where she might try. Yeah, that is true. You need to get, basically you need to cut as many contacts with any of them. Someone else commented saying, reads as though your wife's BPD is genetic, which is quite likely. You really need to cut all contact with your ex and her family as soon as legally and practically feasible. Good luck, OP. OP replied saying, thank you. I've been smart enough to show my girlfriend all conversations. I've known her for almost 20 years, so we had a very strong friendship to start with. But you're right, my ex and her family pretend like nothing happened. That's for their peace of mind, not mine. When there's no reason for contact anymore, I'll be changing my number. Good man. A lot of people were just congratulating him. Here's a good one. So if you don't mind me asking, what did you mean that she could be a good co-parent? OP replied saying she was implying she never wanted to have a child of her own, but wouldn't mind if we got back together and raised my new child. Her first new boyfriend had 2 daughters. Current one has a cat? ? It was something I never considered, not once. I wouldn't even trust her alone with my child. She doesn't understand boundaries. That's so crazy to me that she actually was generally thinking that they would get back together and co-parent a child even though she doesn't want one. And to even think about getting back together after obviously the stuff you put him through, all of that's what we know is already horrible, and I could only imagine the detail on the stories in depth would be way worse. Everyone's just really happy for him and saying congratulations, I'm happy for you, thanks for sharing this, it's good to know, all that kind of stuff, which honestly it's nice to see a little bit of a good update. I hope this is a good story. I hope this is interesting. If you do know the actual proper story and have a link or anything like that, let me know, because I'm interested to read in depth about this story, even if it was in my own time. Yeah, let me know what you thought about this in the comments down below. This is a really nice one, to see someone come out of the other side happy, have a family. It's really nice. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Don't forget about the Patreon channel. The link is in the description. If you want to check it out, head down there, click the link. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you in another video, guys. Bye.